Hey guys, happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the Monday Night Tech Live Show. I am your host, Eric, here on the Make Me Lab. Had a few technical difficulties right before the broadcast. I think we're back in shape again, I hope. Let me know if the audio and the video is coming through. It should be coming through at full 1080 this week if we don't crash. Had a complete blue screen of death right before the show, so hopefully we're in good shape. I'm a little leery right now. We'll see how it goes. Cheers, guys. We've got Tony here, Beginner's Tech, Ken is here, Glitch is here, Scotty is here. Hey, guys. Jay is here, Nick is here. Awesome. Thank you, Zach. I think we're in good shape. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I have to. This is gonna be a little trial and error this week. I have a completely new system, a little bit different. Scotty says looking good in 1080. Thank you. This is the first. We've never been able to do 1080 stream before, and I'm pushing the limits of things. So hopefully we're in good shape. Everyone says it's good. Hey, awesome stuff. All right, I'll go ahead and cue things up as always. And then I'll kind of clue you guys into some changes. I'm pretty happy about these things. So with any luck, we should be good for a show. As usual, viewer comments throughout, just throw them in the chat. I'll try and catch up with them as best I can. We'll do some tech news tonight, a bunch of stuff from the tech world, some stuff on 3D printing, viewer challenge this week. I always want to see what you guys are making. A bunch of stuff from the community at Hackers, Makers, Inventors, you name it. Some stuff from the shop, a bunch of sneak peek stuff, bunch of stuff coming up, and that should take us into the show. Glitch said the Phantom is looking good on the shelf. Yeah, awesome, thank you. So, some show changes, a bunch of them. You'll notice the stream layout has changed slightly. What I did is a little background info. Last week, I installed OBS Studio, which is completely different than the standard OBS program I'm using in the past to bring this stream to you. I had to completely build all the templates and everything from scratch because you can't import into OBS Studio the old templates you use, all the layouts and stuff you see on the screen in front of you. As a result of doing that, I learned a bunch of new things, and I'm amazed with OBS Studio. It looks awesome. I'm super happy with it. I can do more things, as well as seemingly we can do full 1080 broadcast on what limited bandwidth we have. So as a result, I got down the rabbit hole, and we should have Nightbot with us in the chat as an actual bot moderator. He shouldn't bug you mods out there at all. None of his rules will supersede anything you do, but if just one more layer to ease the burden in the chat when things get busy as well. You'll notice on the screen on the bottom down here, there's a donation section. And for those of you who don't know, we can't do donations on YouTube like you see on other streams in Canada. YouTube doesn't allow it yet. And I talked to my contact there, and they have no intentions of doing it anytime soon. So when I was digging through all this OBS stuff, I found not to smack the mic, I found StreamTip. And it interfaces well with OBS Studio, and as well as Nightbot and everything else. Everything seems to get along. So in the description below is an actual link. So if somebody chooses to donate 50 cents or more to the cast, we should get an alert on the broadcast, as well as their message will stream across right there until the next one comes in. So if things get busy, whatever, people can send a donation and get their message heard. We'll give it a try. I know I'm aware of the drawbacks to live tipping and the kind of dangers thereof with recalled PayPal tips, but we're going to give it a try anyway. So it's just PayPal, guys, and it takes a Google login, same as YouTube, just to prevent these chargebacks from people spamming people and doing foolish things. Anyway, that's the update. We have a whole new layout, 1080 Some stuff going on right up here, live tech feed from Twitter, all kinds of cool stuff. Hopefully it works with any luck. Thanks, Scotty. All right, guys. So hopefully we're away to the races. Let's go. With any luck. Little different interface than I'm used to, so I've just got to get used to it here. Tech news this week. Will this state ban texting while walking? Check this out, guys. Did you guys see this on social media? New Jersey Assemblywoman proposes that they actually have charges and potentially jail time. 15 days, I think, in jail for texting and walking. Her name was Pamela Lampett. Let me know what you guys think. This is insanity to me. I can't believe this in today's connected world. Yes, I do believe people stare at their phones far too often, but making texting and walking illegal? Really? Come on. This is insane. Check it out, guys. Awesome. FBI seeks cybersecurity help as ransomware epidemic deemed an emergency. This is big in the InfoSec world this week. We'll see how this pans out, but if you're in the world of information security or pen testing, the FBI has put out a call to help with this ransomware epidemic, as they're calling it. That's where your PC or critical services get locked down and held for ransom. There's a lot of it out there. Holy smokes, it works. Thank you, Glitch. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Well, there we go. Looks like we're in good shape. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir. Truly appreciate that. Thank you. Hopefully that comes through on the replay. I'm going to rewatch that because first donation on the channel. Thank you, Glitch. Truly appreciate it. So those of you in information security, wow. It's a good time to be in that trade. When the FBI puts out the call that this is truly an epidemic and looking for assistance, not really openly looking for assistance in a bunch of channels, but it's pretty easy to find how to get recruited. So good luck to all of you guys in that business. Glitch, there is a conversion between US and Canadian. Awesome. And that was loud. All right, I'll turn the desktop audio down just a smidge, but we want the Inception horn to be loud. Awesome. What else we got? Microsoft apologizes after the AI teen Tay misbehaves. Guys, did you see this on all over media last week? So Microsoft put out an artificial intelligence Twitter bot, more or less, and let it loose in the wild. It, of course, had a whole bunch of inappropriate posts, and you won't find them on Twitter anymore, as they removed most of them, but you can find a little bit of coverage on Newsy Tech, as well as just Google for the images. This thing just went rampant and posted all kinds of inappropriate stuff. My personal opinion is that this account was likely hacked because the responses were extremely quick and very, very human. It was trolling at its best. But we'll see what Microsoft has to say about it going forward and what they do going forward. I doubt they will be releasing an AI bot anytime soon, but it was funny as heck. If you guys want to check out some of the tweets, it's some of them are pretty offensive, so be warned. Tony said lost the woofer in my speakers. And Glitch said rest in peace, Tay. 12 a.m. to Friday 4 p.m. Yeah, it didn't last long. Pretty crazy stuff, but it was a little funny. This isn't the first time we've seen a bot go rogue, and it won't be the last. The Verge, as well as many, many other news outlets, a lot of reports because the FAA logged a whole bunch of drone complaints and now has published some statistics on how many were lodged. The accuracy of some of these reports is a little bit debatable, but the fact is The long and the short is that drone incidents are under the microscope now and becoming popular news. And as if there wasn't enough hatred out there for people in flying quadcopters, well, now they've got another reason to hate. So check out the coverage on The Verge. Interesting article. I think Mashable did an article too. Pretty cool stuff. We'll see where it goes. Where they go with this, I've seen, just between you and me, guys, I saw this week multiple different YouTube channels posting videos. I got contacted by the FAA, and what it was people with YouTube channels getting contacted and just more really positive experiences. The two videos I saw in the last 48 hours were extremely positive. The FAA rep called them up and said, yeah, I see you're flying on your property. Did you know about these rules? Blah, 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 blah. It seems like there's a lot of education campaign going on out there. So we'll see whether that's the direction they continue to take it. But it's big in the news. Hey, it's hitting mainstream. Shodan made the news again today. If you guys aren't familiar with the Shodan, the more or less search engine for things that probably shouldn't be on the open internet, I saw this post on Twitter and it piqued my curiosity because I like seeing information posted about IoT, the Internet of Things. And this was a post on this iKettle. And on the post, you could see these iKettles returning a temperature value. So I had to look it up. It's an actual Wi-Fi kettle for boiling water that allows you to instigate this boiling action yourself from, well, I don't know whether it's restricted to the network, but you can see on the Shodan site that these things are out there on the open internet for reporting anyway. Long story short, my 2 cents on this, I don't think the consumer world, the consumer electronics world is nearly mature enough for all these IoT things. And personally, I'm not buying many IoT things anytime soon because the security on them is horrible. These things are put out there on the open net with no security whatsoever. So thankfully, we've got people blowing the whistle on these on Twitter and other sources. So. And Glitch said positive experiences from the FAA. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was surprised. But I do try and keep up on the chat, guys, as best I can. But yeah, Jay said the jails are overcrowded as they are. And cool stuff. Let's go. What else we got? Oh, new launch from SpaceX coming this week? Next week? What would this be? April 8th. What Science is on it was a live cast from NASA today. I didn't catch it, so I have no idea what's actually on this mission. I'd like to know. If you guys know, post it in the chat. I didn't keep up to date. Very interesting. I love keeping up to date on the space flights lately. There's been a pile of them. Hack 5 Threatwire. Love this if you're into InfoSec or information security. They do a heck of a good job. The FBI found a way around Apple Threatwire broadcast last week. Just before the broadcast, I saw some chatter in the chat from Glitch and others indicating that they have indeed found a way around the Apple refusal to unlock this cell phone. I haven't seen this myself, but I kind of figured this was the direction it was going to take. Apple stood firm, and good on them for doing so. I think it set a great precedent, and as we all kind of expected, the FBI would back off. Whether they got into it or not, well, we will find out. And catch up real quick. No, I'm not going to catch up on that. Joshua's here. Cool stuff. What else we got? I have to share this because it's important. Pornhub devotes separate channel for VR porn. This may sound a little laughable. You can find this on the CNET channel of this particular video. It was well done. And what people may or may not know is the porn industry does have a massive effect on the methods at which the mainstream consume video. And you can see in this video they go over some of the historical influences there were. But VR and augmented reality, it's here to stay. When the massive sites, like, it sounds silly to use Pornhub as an example, but they have millions and millions of unique visitors per day and repeat visitors. This is a real industry, and when they take notice and devote resources to accommodating a technology, it's serious stuff. So we've heard a lot about virtual reality and augmented reality lately. It's a lot of buzzwords, but the tech is really, really catching up. It's still a little expensive yet, except for the cell phone ones that you can just put into the goggles, but we'll see. When large-scale media providers are really stepping up, and YouTube has done this in the past with its 360 video support, although not a lot of people are recording in 360 yet. These companies really lead the way. So we'll see where this goes. I personally love the concept. I'd love to play around with it a little bit more. Except for probably stay off Pornhub. At the end of this video, you guys got to check it out because there's some funny quotes at the end there. The Cygnus cargo supply spacecraft arrived at the ISS safely last week. Pretty cool stuff. If you didn't see the launch, you can catch the replays on the NASA or NASA JPL channels. Pretty neat. This autonomous spacecraft is really, really setting the bar high for good history of functionality and just trustworthiness, and except for the one that was lost, which was not the spacecraft's fault, it was the rocket. But really, really neat. Cool. They send this up and it just cruises on up automatically and docks with the ISS and brings them all kinds of cool stuff that they need badly. Jay said VR porn, gotta try it. Yeah, Glitch agreed. Porn companies are being big, or are big influencers. Absolutely, they are massive influencers. SourceFeed did a podcast with Hank Green about this VR porn thing. Hilarious if you didn't see it. I didn't see that yet. You go ahead and post that in the G Plus community. That would be pretty cool. So it's interesting talk because it's virtual reality has been a buzz thing for a little bit now, and this would be a real tipping point where we may see the goggles on store shelves far more often. We'll see. Truth will come out in time, I guess. Awesome stuff. What else we got? Speaking of AI going rogue, on Geeks Life channel, as well as many others, you can find some coverage on this face-to-face program. Guys, did you see this last week? Developed at university level, program that can live alter video feeds such as YouTube using a webcam and someone static, and transpose their face within this video feed, making people like politicians appear to say things that they didn't say. It was interesting. Their trailer for this, it's they used politicians and big figures, which is just downright scary. And honestly, I can't think of one valid use for this that wouldn't be nefarious in nature. To be honest, it is scary. It looks believable. And we all know how a significant portion of the masses believes a lot of the media they see. So I guess at the end of the day, moral of the story is, even video, if it looks realistic, be dubious, because it very well might be altered and doctored in many ways. I think preaching to the choir here. A lot of people here probably already are a little dubious of everything they see or read. We will see. Interesting. This is from the Canadian side of things, but I see this announced many places. Ontario invests $40 million in manufacturing. This is 3D printing style, additive manufacturing. So it's not all that uncommon to see politicians and governments invest large sums of money in new tech. This is happening in the US pretty significantly right now. Obama administration has invested large amounts of money in 3D printing. My side, I'm not interested in that. I find most government funded ventures are wastes of money. I'd rather see them put that resources into cutting taxes and allowing the entrepreneurs to do better. But there's a really cool flip side to this. Those of you out there who are 3D printing people, like myself and many others that watch this show, you are one of the experts in the world in this new and blooming area of technology. When the governments are sinking this many millions of dollars into it, there isn't courses and like tried and tested certifications for this field of additive manufacturing. Very, very few. The people out there, the hobbyists out there that have been playing with it for years and built a few printers and played around with it, you're an expert in this field, and now it makes you very marketable in depending on where this money goes. So very interesting. I thought that worth sharing. I love seeing additive manufacturing go mainstream. And the message deletion actually works. Thank you, Glitch. I saw a little bit of that. Yeah, YouTube is catching up on a little bit of the chat features, so I think we're in good shape. Woo, there was a fight. There was a race in the moderators to get to moderating that. Thank you, guys. All right, what else we got? What do we got for time? Got to end a little bit early tonight, guys. Community support, guys. Remember, if you like this broadcast, please consider clicking that thumbs up below or share this video out. Really, really helps the channel. If you're like to take it to the next step, well, that donate button below, or there's a Patreon campaign below as well. Thank you for all your support, guys. Thank you, Glitch, for supporting tonight. Community announcements, guys. So last week I did do another live from the lab. I am going to try and make these as regular as I can, live builds and streams. Last week was not worthy of leaving live on the channel. It was a very last minute to test these streaming setups. And it went very well. Thank you to those who joined me. I had a blast chatting with you guys and talking tech. It was fun. And got to make sure some of these settings were actually going to work live for this show, and it seems that we're in good shape. I will try and make these an ongoing part of the channel whenever I can. And Jay's gotta leave. Cheers. Gael is here. Cheers. Gael, the creator of InMove. Good to have you here. Beginners ask, can you time out another mod? No, I don't think you can. Projects on the webpage were updated last week. If you didn't already see this, there is a new section, Investing in Change, whereby I'm putting some resources of my own and hopefully future channel resources into investing in people and technology and supporting other people just as trying to do the right thing. So check it out if you didn't already see it. The webpage is up this week. Thank you guys. Last week when I directed people, the webpage went down. It was not my doing. It was actually a severe hosting problem, which they remedied. Thank you guys. As well, last week I asked, there's been a lot of things on YouTube lately whereby people have had their live streaming privileges revoked. I put a straw poll up last week to see whether you guys would be interested. If that happened to me, could we move over to Twitch or another live streaming provider? Thank you for your responses on this. I'm still looking into it. Long story short, I want to have a fallback. YouTube is slightly untrustworthy at this point in time for things like content matching and copyright strikes, so I can lose the ability to bring these shows to you at a moment's notice with very little recourse. So good to build a backup plan. We'll see how it goes. And Trevor's here. Cheers for Trevor. The moderators are the guys with wrenches beside their names. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, what else we got? Viewer challenge this week. Each week, I want to see what you guys are making. Hit me up on the socials. The best place is the Google Plus community linked down below. Each week, I try and show off some of the things from the G Plus community. We're at about 615 members this week, I believe. Andre shared with us his FT Aero. This is a foam board under $5 plane that you can build and fly RC. Really, really cool. Well, he had some trouble with it and shared the crash video. Too bad, but as in flight test form, the plane survived. Awesome. Thank you, Andre, for sharing that. Totally cool. And Scott shared with us, first time poster, shared his refurbishment of his ceiling light, which is actually really cool. I love seeing old tech or components or fixtures in a house, whatever, revamped and add some electronics and repurposed and made it new again. Totally cool. Love these projects. Thanks for sharing. Marco Arduino channel, if you're interested in an unboxing on the Raspberry Pi 3, check it out. David Watts posted a really interesting question. I wanted to share it here because there's a lot of content creators in the chat. He asked, when someone clicks a dislike on a video, what does that mean? Is it like someone's booze, or is it a message to the creator that the content didn't fit what you like? I thought this was really important because this is something that comes up with a lot of people as they start out in content creation. I did post a response to this, a fairly lengthy one, but it didn't post and I haven't rewrote it yet. Sorry, David. My 2 cents, until YouTube fixes it so a dislike forces a comment so we actually get constructive feedback, there's no way to know whether it's just someone having a bad day or trolling or legitimately doesn't like your content. At the end of the day, you can go by the volume of them, but at the end of the day, you have no idea what anyone means by that. So very interesting discussion. Check it out in the G Plus community, guys. Okie dokie. Trevor subscribed. Thank you, Trevor. Awesome stuff. Beginner's Tech. Interesting question. Eric, with the investing in change thing, do you get the money back? Yes. So the initial part of the investing in change was just, as you'll find on the page, was my own personal money, putting in 2 loans of $25 each. Believe it or not, $25 makes a big difference in some places in the world. They are loans. You get every cent back if they repay the loan. Those people that I loaned to, both in the Philippines farming, both have borrowed before numerous times, 11 and 14, I think. So it's pretty much a guarantee you get it back. When you get it back, you can loan it again to make a difference somewhere else. You can also pull it back out if you really wanted, but I didn't use channel funds for that. That was my personal, but I just wanted to take the first step in doing the right thing and help support some people elsewhere. The next step will be very tech related, supporting. Long story short, yes, you do get every cent back. And then hopefully you reinvest it. Cheers, guys. Okie dokie. What else we got? Still getting used to these new transfer functions on the slides. That's a completely different interface in OBS. From the community, this is where I just handpick a few things to show off each week of just random videos that I've run across. Usually there's way too many, but I'm trying to trim it down. This one. I got a little flack, guys, a little background. I got some flack for not supporting SparkFun on these live shows. And I got called out in a comment on, I think it was the week before last, from a regular viewer saying, wish you'd support SparkFun a little bit more. Well, here we go. They did a video today. If you want to do the Blink board, they'll tell you how to program their board with their app. The reason I don't share them that much on this channel is because I don't often see them supporting other makers as much as the comment called out Adafruit. And this is why. I came not even 2 minutes after this video, I was in the Adafruit G Plus group, and I ran across this. Here's a post from Adafruit Industries linking to their blog, which was a standalone post of David Watts. David, I don't know whether you knew this, but Adafruit did indeed feature you. This is why I support Adafruit more than SparkFun. The end all be all here is because they support other makers in the community for virtually no reason. I'm not aware of any affiliation between David and Adafruit, and I can speak to this. They have done this with me at least 10 times. Taken my YouTube video, posted it on their blog with a little bit more information, linked it in their G Plus community. It's totally awesome that they support people who are making content and making inventions. That's my rant on that. My response to the people who say I don't support some of the others enough. That is why. And Gael loves Adafruit as well. I absolutely do as well for those reasons I just laid out. And Glitch said he was featured a while back on a solar 3D printing video. Doesn't surprise me at all. That's exactly what they do. And the funny thing is they won't even comment on the video. They'll just feature it and link it out on their blog. You never hear anything about it until you see it in the analytics, at least in my case. Anyway, very seldom do I hear from them. And Glitch said didn't know it. He just saw a massive uptick in views on that video. Absolutely. And then you track back your external traffic sources and you see Adafruit being top of the list. It's a pretty common occurrence for those who put any posts out there, not just videos, even just pictures and stuff. They'll host it, feature it, get the word out, support other people. Just love it. Just truly love what they do. Socially responsible company right there. Can't say enough. And Zach also featured his videos. Yep. Awesome. That's enough on that. What else we got? Blam. The Post-Apocalyptic Inventor, a channel I have featured here many times. Cool video last week. It just kind of blew my mind a little bit. He was working with old printers, and this happens from time to time, especially if you get a large format printer for doing like RC plans and stuff. Sometimes you can get them for virtually nothing, but it's very difficult to get them to work with Windows. A simple and obvious solution I didn't even consider or give much thought to: using Linux, using Ubuntu. And TPAI Lab report here goes in depth in how he installed the drivers in Linux and how he made these old printers work. Love seeing old tech recycled. Saved it from the landfill, as well as definitely might be handy printers. And Hunter Man, how do you fix an HP screen? I have no idea. It depends on what's wrong with it. Trevor asked, what's your view on the whole Apple versus FBI, blah, 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 blah. Yep, we already discussed that a little bit earlier. My view was Apple did the right thing, and the FBI was posturing and would back down. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. You can go back a few live streams where I've mentioned this in the past. And printers and Windows are like fire and ice. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Video I ran across, one of the channels I'm subscribed to, Sean Matthews, does some stuff on quadcopters, aka drones, and this video caught my eye. I had to watch it. DJI Phantom hand catch. Well, guys, I can't always be happy about what I have to share, but I do like sharing my thoughts on some of these. So in this video, he goes through how to catch your DJI Phantom in your hands versus landing it on the ground. We all know this happens out there, and you're free to do this yourself, but as this is personal opinion, guys, take it for what it's worth, as content creators on YouTube, should not be sharing information like this in a video format. Far too many people take it as so-and-so said this was okay, he even showed me how, and people end up getting hurt. Personally, I've ended up pulling down at least 4 videos in the last year, which I've either, one of them, really major one that comes to mind was the solid state relay video where I used AC source, and actually in the example it didn't matter whether I was switching the line or the neutral at all, but downrange I thought, geez, somebody's going to do that on a normal AC system in a house and end up doing something really dumb, so I had to pull the video. We should never share things that, when we can help it, that put people at risk. Sorry, Sean, if you see this, I have nothing really nice to say here. I did not post a comment. I did not post a thumbs down. There was a large amount of positive feedback in the chat, and I just chose not to fight that fight. But a lot of content creators here in the chat right now, and I think it bears mention, there's a lot of things we can share and things we can do and video content we can make, but it's not always a good idea to share certain things that can potentially put people at risk whenever we can. That is on us as content creators. That's my view on that. Carlos is here. Hey, Carlos. And what else we got? Nick asked, Eric, do you have a drone? Yep, there's right there. And quads and hands do not go together. 911 props, spinning at 8 to 11,000 RPM, generally speaking. That leads to some nasty injuries. It certainly does. And I can vouch that phantom, the mass of that prop and the speed they're spinning will indeed remove flesh without a doubt. Very, very silly. And we all need to protect each other, Tony said. Absolutely. It's really on us as content creators to protect the public whenever we can. Not necessarily go out and protect them from themselves, but really avoid sharing information that can be misconstrued or misused in any way. It's just simply, if you're making a video and you think that someone could possibly be hurt by doing it, and the likelihood is there, just don't do it. It's not worth making the video. It's really not. There's no repercussions, of course, but I like to think people's morals should get to them on such things. Cool video I found on the topic of quadcopters and drones. Check this out, guys. Para0 channel. This is not the first time I have shared a parachute system for aircraft and quadcopters, aka drones, but this one really interests me. The ones I saw in the past were a parachute that fires out of the top of your aircraft and brings it to the ground safely, but the previous ones were spring actuated, which I think is very inefficient and takes some space for a spring. Well, this one has ballistics involved, small little tiny ballistic charges of sorts. Check out the video. I'm not promoting their specific product here, at least I don't want to, but I love the concept, and I love that more companies are getting into these systems, particularly for camera platforms. A lot of videographers out there are very large, very expensive, very heavy quads and octocopters and big monster machines. And to get a special ops flight permit, especially here in Ontario, they have to prove levels of safety. Well, this is a no-brainer to add another level of safety to the aircraft. I love it. I love the concept of it, and I really would like to build one at some point. But you can check out this one. I think they're out of Israel. They're a startup company. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of them in the future. Roger Rabbit, I ran across this channel posted in the Adafruit Google Plus community. He shared a video on a DIY linear servo. I love it. There's, in our projects, quite often actually, you'll find that you need to run a linear actuator. And to be honest, linear actuators are very expensive. Common servos are very cheap, especially small little 9 grams. Well, this Roger Rabbit has posted the GitHub repo, all the design files for making this linear actuator. Very, very cool. Loved it. Looked very good design too. Well done. So just a startup YouTube channel, but you can find the links to the GitHub from this video. Dirk shared with us a review of the first 8-in-1 machining kit. If you didn't see it, a few weeks back I mentioned on this show that I saw on Hobby King Live this 8-in-1 machining tool, and it really interested me. Well, apparently Dirk contacted Hobby King and they sent him one for review. His first video went up today, 35 minutes long, really long video, in depth on this 8-way machining tool. Very small unit for doing small components. His review, from what I saw of the video, was positive, so totally cool. Interesting to see how that evolved. We did have it on the channel here a few weeks back. And what else have we got? I'm going to catch the chat real quick, but I'm not going to keep up. Nope, I'm not going to keep up. That brings us into the next phase. What have we got for time? Almost there, guys. Cheers. No homebrew tonight. Store-bought. One of these days. If I don't get click happy here. From the shop, guys. Each week I try and show off some stuff that I have put out and is upcoming. As we discussed, I did the live from the lab last week. I also did a video on the Raspberry Pi 3 stress test where I beat the living crap out of a Raspberry Pi 3 full 100% CPU load. I let that run for several hours, all told, after I did the video. The results were very good. It does get extremely hot, but no ill effects. Worked like a champ. No heat sink, no active cooling. So check out the video if you didn't see it. And I see Nightbot's back with us in the chat. I've got to work on the Nightbot timers, apparently. He gets a little spammy all at once. I need to stagger them. Upcoming sneak peek, guys. I promised you guys the Alien X250 quadcopter video. This one has been delayed mainly because I was waiting on this component to arrive from GearBest. This is a replacement screen for it. In that time, I actually worked on this video on Saturday, and it's only a bench video and a full review of this quad. And I have spent more hours on this video than any other in a long time. I had 4 hours into just the edits on Saturday, just back and forth and messing around, multiple camera angles, and maybe I could do better at my editing time, but I tried pretty hard on this. So hopefully that one will go live on Friday and give it an honest review. Man, that's a fun little quad to fly. What else we got? If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you've probably seen some of the shots of the DJI Phantom that arrived last week. It is on the shelf behind me. I have flown it. It works amazingly well, as expected. I won't spoil. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. The thing is amazing. It works exactly as advertised in all respects, but I did find some things that I screwed up and some things I've got to work on and some tips and tricks. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a video on this downrange in a few weeks. I'm not going to do, there's way too many unboxings and overviews, but I have enough tips and tricks to make a video already of stuff that I wish someone would have put on a YouTube video, or at least that I could have found. That's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to do a video on it, and as well, you will see some content coming up on that this summer. If you follow me on Facebook, there was a re-edit I posted today of some flight footage from that. It's not the same as the Twitter one I posted yesterday. I did a quick little cinematic version, a little different. So check it out if you follow me on Facebook. And Glitch said once every 3 to 7 minutes for Nightbot wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, he's set to 10 minutes, but it just so happens that a bunch of them line up all at once. So they're all coming in every 10, kind of on top of each other. And Tony said that quad is nice. Thank you. Beginners Tech asks, how do you guys approach a company about getting a product from them to do a review without sounding like you want a free handout? That's an excellent question. For me, I almost never approach a company. Almost every I can't even think of one that I approached. I'm sure there has been one. Almost everything that comes for review on this channel is them approaching me, and then we go through the whole process, because they'll approach me to review stuff that I have no interest in, and then I counter with something from their product line, if I can find it of value to you, the viewers, and something that I think is going to be good. Almost never reach out to them myself, but if I did, it would just be an email saying, hey, I'm Eric, this is my YouTube channel, I'm interested in reviewing the product that you have. Are you interested in working together? It'll be make sure you tell them up front it's going to be an honest review. Don't ever take on a review if they're not willing to have an honest response. Big red flag if there's at all any stipulations to the way you do the review. Don't even work with them. But yeah, just send them an email. It wouldn't hurt. I generally don't personally, but that's just me. And lots of people like making and building things. Gael doesn't ask either. Absolutely. All right. I wouldn't hesitate to reach out if I really wanted to. Doesn't hurt to ask, but I'll be honest, guys. On this channel, I've declined many review. I should show you guys the emails sometime. But that would be kind of rude to the suppliers. But I keep turning them down lately, mostly because either they don't fit on the channel or I just don't want to be bothered to do it. It's just not my thing anymore. Try not to do too many reviews unless it's something that I've purchased, but we'll see. It depends on the product. Okie dokie. What else we got? Come on, where's my clicky? There we go. Eric spent a bit more of his allowance. So this was not channel funds that went into this, but I do have a new component. I'm trying to make better videos whenever I can for you guys, and I have a firm goal of stepping up the videos as often as I can in the quality. And I've been looking at camera stabilizers for doing some interesting shots. And I found this one on Amazon. I've been watching it for a long time. It's just a cheap, newer brand. But for the price of it, it should be interesting. I should be able to bring you a little bit. It'll help with the B-roll shots where I can do some better panning and product shots and what's on the bench versus what I do now. Trying to up the level of cinematic quality for you guys. Interesting stuff anyway, just behind the scenes. All right, guys. We are at the end of the road. If you've got anything for chat, go ahead and throw it in there. Otherwise, I'm going to wind things down. I'm just going to catch up real quick. Trevor likes both making and building things. Good to have you, Trevor. And some interesting chatter. Glitch said he tends to follow the ham radio operator's rule of thumb. Don't talk about sex, politics, religion. Absolutely. And TrueTech Steadicam material. That's what I'm shooting for, TrueTech. Hopefully just another level of better videography for the channel. And okie dokie, guys, we're going to shut it down at this. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic week. Build something cool this week and share it with the world. It truly makes a difference out there when you share your projects, however you do it, via video or just a text post, blog post, sending it to a friend. You never know where inspiration may lie and how it might affect someone else. I can't stress that enough. And more importantly, guys, you're amazing. You guys that come and tune into this show every week, watch these videos every week, hang out with me. You guys are like family, and I truly love you all. It's the highlight of my week whenever I get to hang out with you guys, and each day when I get to respond to comments and questions on my YouTube videos. It truly makes it for me. That's why I keep trying to do a little better for you guys. I really feel that I'm indebted to you all. You guys have brought something into my life. It's truly amazing. So hopefully we can get back to some regular scheduled electronics content in the near future. If I don't catch you live on a lab live stream this week, I will catch you on a video on Friday and right here next Monday. Have a fantastic week, guys. Stay safe. Be nice to each other. Have an awesome, awesome week. Cheers.